All right, let's dive into this huge midweek round of Premier League action. Now, on paper, you might think you have it all figured out, right? The favorites seem pretty obvious, but there's one massive wild card in play that could flip everything upside down. And no, it's not some new superstar or a brilliant manager. We're talking about the pitch itself.
And that right there brings us to the star of our show today, what I'm calling the sludge factor. Seriously, all this rain and cold we've been having, it's turning these beautiful pitches into heavy, slow, muddy messes. And why does that matter? Well, it's a huge deal. It completely kills the pace of fast teams, it saps the energy right out of players' legs, and it makes every single pass or tackle a potential disaster. This isn't just small talk about the weather, folks. This is the key to figuring out who's going to win this week.
Okay, so first things first. Let's start with the games that, well, they look like they should be pretty straightforward. These are the matches where, even with those mucky pitches, the home teams are just so strong that they should be able to grind out a result no problem.
All right, kicking things off with Manchester City taking on Fulham. Our model is screaming a home win here, and not just a win by at least 2 goals. The confidence level is at a massive 96%. I mean, think about it. City just beat Liverpool. They are absolutely on fire at home. And Fulham, let's just say their trips to the Etihad have not gone well, ever.
And just to really drive that point home, look at this number, 19. No, that's not a mistake. That's 19 straight wins for Man City against Fulham. 19. It is, without a doubt, one of the most lopsided matchups you'll ever see. And honestly, with the way City are playing right now, it's really tough to imagine that streak breaking this week.
Okay, next up, let's head over to Villa Park. Unai Emery has turned that place into an absolute fortress. You got Villa sitting third, looking incredible at home. And then there's Brighton, who've only managed to win 1 of their last 12. But here's where our sludge factor really comes into play. That wet, heavy pitch is just going to get in the way of Brighton's pretty, short-passing style. It's going to bog them down. And that plays perfectly into the hands of Villa's more powerful, direct approach. It's a tailor-made situation for them. And to wrap up our sure things, we've got Crystal Palace against Burnley. Now, yeah, Palace are missing a couple of key strikers, which isn't ideal, but honestly, that probably won't even matter. Why? Because Burnley are in a terrible state. We're talking winless in 7 games, and they have the single worst away defense in the entire league. So yeah, this one really should be a comfortable home win.
All right, we've talked about the safe bets, the predictable ones. Now, let's get to the real story, the main event. This is the one where that sludge factor could cause an absolutely huge shock, the kind of result that changes the season. We are heading to the Stadium of Light for a classic trap game.
I mean, just read that. Liverpool is walking into a nightmare scenario. That says everything you need to know, doesn't it? And look, this isn't just some dramatic headline for clicks. The numbers, the situation, it all points to a massive trap being set for Liverpool. And that soggy, messy pitch, it's the perfect stage for it all to go wrong for them.
So what makes it a nightmare? Well, this is basically the definition of a perfect storm. On one side, you have Liverpool, who are dealing with a massive injury crisis, key players suspended, and they're having to patch together their defense. And on the other side, you've got Sunderland. They haven't lost at home all season long, they absolutely love playing in these wet, heavy conditions, and they're getting to face a team that is tired, hurt, and vulnerable. It's a disaster waiting to happen for Liverpool.
Let's dig a little deeper into just how bad Liverpool's situation is. First off, and this is huge, they have 0 fit right backs. That forces the manager, Arne Slot, to stick a midfielder back there, which is never a good sign. On top of that, their star creator in midfield, Szoboszlai, is out suspended, and their top goal scorer, Isak, is injured. You've got a cobbled-together defense and your best attackers are missing. On a slippery, muddy pitch, that is just a recipe for absolute chaos.
And finally, let's quickly touch on Nottingham Forest versus Wolves. This one's a bit different. The sludge factor is still in play. But here's the other key detail. Both teams are missing their main goal scorers. So you've got a slow, heavy pitch that's already tough to create chances on, and the 2 best finishers aren't even playing. You know what that usually means, right? Yep, very few goals. It's likely going to be a real grind.
Okay, so we've gone through the solid favorites and the massive potential upset. So what do we do with all this information? How can we wrap this all up into a few clear, actionable ideas? Let's break down the top strategies for today.
All right, here we go. Let's boil it all down. First, you've got the banker, Man City to win and to win by at least 2 goals. Everything, their form, their history against Fulham, their sheer talent, it all points to a comfortable win. Second, we have the safety play, a straightforward Crystal Palace win. They're at home against a Burnley team that just can't buy a win on the road. And finally, number 3, this is the big one, the big value play, taking Sunderland to either win or draw against that injury-hit Liverpool side. That's where the real opportunity is. It's our upset special.
So at the end of the day, that's what it all comes down to. We have all the spreadsheets, all the stats, all the data telling us one thing. But then we have the great equalizer, the pitch itself. The numbers are predicting one outcome, but the mud, the rain, the sludge factor, well, that could decide something completely different. The only question left is, which one is going to win out?